we can proceed now. I didn't have time to prepare one. I was not briefed sufficiently for this, but I'll do my best.
How did Jake Bobo do on his Between Two Bellores debut?
He did all right. It was a decent start to the season, but, you know, for a rookie, it was not bad, I would say.
Give him coaching points on that? Or?
Did it look like I coached? No, he didn't take any of them either. I tried to give him a couple of them, but he was not receptive of that at all.
Going back to last week's game, the play of John Radigan on a couple of those special teams tackles. What has he brought tonight?
Oh yeah, it's been awesome. It was a big, it was Army-Navy week for him, so he was all gassed up, and it was really exciting. You know, I think to see him make those plays like that. He's been doing it all year, so it doesn't, you know, didn't surprise anybody, or you know, but it's something that he's a great asset to this team, and he makes a lot of big plays, and he's a great player out there, kind of an unsung hero on special teams. And you know, they had, you know, Debo back there returning, which, you know, obviously is something you don't see all the time. So we were, you know, prepared for that, and for him to make plays like that was awesome.
You've obviously been around a lot of teams and a lot of years and stuff like that. How do you see this team kind of handling what it's going through right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a you know, a tough stretch right now, and I think we have a resilient group. I think you know, obviously it's been tough the last couple of weeks, and it's not how we wanted to go at all. But I think it's a testament to the guys we have, and you know, top down from Pete down. You know, it's business as usual, but we know that what's at stake now, and I think keeping things consistent. From our coaches to the guys in the locker room, like no one is wavering, no one is different than, you know, they have been or acting in a different way. Obviously, you know, things get more tense as, you know, the season progresses, no matter what situation you're in. You know, for us now, it's obviously, you know, we have to win games, period. And I think that's reflected, you know, every day in practice and I think in the meetings and everything, but it's nothing that, you know, really game to game to game, you know, we always talk about it, but we don't treat games differently. Obviously, games matter more or less to the outside world, but to us, it's all kind of the same thing.
You mentioned what's at stake. Pete talked about that yesterday. Just how confident are you that this team has what it takes to kind of flip it here and finish strong?
I mean, we do have it. It's a matter of us just executing when the game comes on Monday night. You know, we have the game plans. We have the players and all that stuff. It's just a matter of us executing. And I think, obviously, we always talk about it, but practice, and if you just watch practice, I don't think you would see a team that's gone through the rough patch. I think guys are upbeat and, you know, ready to, you know, do what's asked of them on Monday night. So I think everyone's excited for the opportunity.
How different is the vibe here in a losing streak like this compared to, you know, other places that you've been when those teams have been down?
Yeah, I think it's more tense here, which I think is a good thing. I played a lot of places where it was just what we did was losing every week, and here, you know, over the years, I mean, I've been here a while now. I think it's uncomfortable, and it should be, because it's, you know, everyone's you know, livelihood is basically at stake, and that, you know, I think obviously winning is the most important thing. And, you know, some places in the past that I've been, it's like, it was kind of, you know, if you won, it was great, but you more or less, you're week in, week out, you were losing. And that's not something that happens here. So obviously we have to right the ship. And I think it's important that we, you know, stay the course of what we're doing and continue to get better at executing, you know, getting ready for the games. And, you know, I think the rest will take care of itself.
Is your knee okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just an old guy getting. You got to get me a rascal to go around the building, I think.
There's been a lot of conversation, league level kickoffs, and how to make that play safer, what they would do to adjust. There was more conversation this week. How closely have you followed that, and what are your thoughts on that as a play and part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know how much I've contributed positively to the health and safety of that play, but I think that, you know, for a lot of guys, you know, we mentioned, you know, John earlier and myself and a bunch of guys throughout this league, guys that are now coaching for us. You know, that's our livelihood really, and I think that obviously the strides to make the plays healthier and everything and safer for all of us is a great thing, but I don't think we've seen I don't know the statistics on it with the fair catch rule and everything, but I don't think it's been as drastic as I think everyone thought it would be. You know, I think you have the teams that kick touchbacks no matter what, and then you have the teams that, you know, kick it short no matter what. So I think, as far as I can tell, things are kind of unchanged for us. You know, when we play the Niners, for example, they bring the ball out of the end zone, we bring the ball out. So it's kind of, obviously the rule change, I think, has affected things a little bit, but I don't think it's been as drastic as I think we thought going into the season.
Play goal line on that goal line package. Decent chance you see that, you know, whatever you want to call their tush push part of the release show. Just when you study that play, what's so difficult about the way they do it?
I mean, obviously you got to, you know, from the O-line to the quarterback, they have, you know, a great unit, one of the best offensive lines in the league, and then obviously a quarterback that is playing outstanding. That's a great player, and you know, I think, you know, they've really nailed it, and it's all kind of a leverage thing, and they're able to, you know, get that push that I think is, you know, it's been hard for teams to stop. So, you know, we're doing our best to, you know, kind of study the play because you don't see it all the time. A couple teams have tried to emulate it with, you know, mixed results, but really from top down, they have all the guys to do it, and it's just a matter of kind of being the lower guy and getting more push than them, really.
What about Pete's makeup is important at a time like now when you are trying to snap a streak and get things going?
Yeah, I think it's the consistency and the positivity, because it's not always easy to be positive when things are going the way they are. And obviously, there's things that need to be that we address. That's just like we have to execute this better, or on and on and on. That you know, you might not see the positive, you know, spin on things or whatever. But I think anytime you have, you know, a superior coach being consistent all the time, I think it's a great thing, because you know what you're going to get day in and day out, and you can always rely on that. And you don't get that everywhere, because obviously there's, you know, like stresses and different things go on during the season. I think having him be able to kind of keep the ship straight, I think, is amazing, because, like I said, that's a pretty rare thing in the NFL and any level of sport, or probably any business, really.
As you've been around the league for a while now, and now you've become a parent, what's it like having this job at Christmas time?
That's a good question. I haven't really. I'm still at the phase where the kids, you know, it's obviously not all about presents, but they end up responding more to the actual box that the gift came in than anything inside of it. But I think, you know, you just start to kind of reflect a little bit more when you have kids, I think, and you know, just in terms of your time with them, and then being able to, obviously, my kids are probably too young to kind of really grasp the fact that I play football, and I've said it before, it's like I doubt they'll ever believe that I played, but I'd like to, you know, kind of make them proud if they ever do catch a glimpse of it someday. But, you know, it is different than just being like a, you know, a single guy or whatever. You know, having, you know, your little ones, you know, and, you know, your family around, which is great. But, you know, I think it's extra special now.